Saturday Showdown, Nongshim Red Force versus KT Rolster.
Yeah, but I think it was the right call from DM Freaks putting the Scion last, because otherwise Morgan would have taken a matchup like the Aatrox, like the Cho'Gath, that would have been a lot more comfortable. Ultimately, DM Freaks been pretty happy with what they got. The big sort of elephant in the room is the Yunara, right? Really powerful pick that, if unchecked, can be a massive problem. But the DM Freaks composition, you have the Varus, right? You have ranges that are quite hard. The Azir can be pretty problematic to deal with. Bro really need to close the distance with that composition, and they definitely have tools to do so, but I think both compositions interact in different ways, and it really comes down to the execution. If DM Freaks get a lead, and if they don't do a traditional DM Freaks fumble, this is definitely winnable, but you know, those are big ifs.
It's Pro versus DNF though. Does the draft even matter? Let's get into it. Obviously, we get Chrono Break, and actually it's a remake or something like that, and this game isn't even included.
Yeah, and it just feels like constantly Bro had the pressure in this matchup.
Well, the flash forward from Quantum, the cleanse flash to get Hype out of there, and Polo is just chasing Berserker down. First blood, and Polo is taking matters into his own hands, picks up a double on the Nautilus. Oh man, and we have been critical of Polo. Not today. Yeah, Duke pretty happy about that one. Oh, the double claps as well. That gold better in the early game, like you're saying. But yeah, it will take Polo. Yoshik is finally going to come down and look for this Drake, as Polo can get a ward in and then even immediately come on over and be frustrating. But as you can see, there is lane control for the Varus there as well. So the Scion doing a pretty good job here in this top lane. And now let's see what Hype can do. Quantum with the Magnet Storms, pretty good, but another cleanse does come out. There's the double knockup, but Pyoshik is going to come in, and Polo, I don't think he's going to make anything happen here. He's just going to be taken down. There's a kill on the board for DNF. Dyson and acting all cool.
He said that in a very judgy way.
Oh, okay. Bit of a fight here in this mid lane, as Polo just going to flash away, anchors to the wall. Oh, you got Pyoshik and Bulldog just beating down this turret. That is just gone. Really nicely played. The Nature's Grasp is going to come through for the attempted punish. But there's the Sun Disc going to be put up as Emperor's Divide comes down. Bulldog still not out of the woods just yet, as the depth charge is going to lock him up. And they've taken one kill. Croco looking a bit worse for wear though, as Morgan sidesteps the Q. And there's a nice double knock off. The ulti to follow there from Closer. Looking fantastic on the Yone this time as he flashes towards Dudu. He does get knocked up, but he's still pretty tanky on this Scion. Another Q going to connect, but the Soul Furnace is going to be back as Pyoshik going to be flashing away. Hype flashes forward to get the kill on to the Trundle. The Arc of Ruin there does a fair bit of work towards Berserker, but he is safe under the turret. A big win for the Bros as they lock down the feats of warfare and grab so many extra kills. And now looking to see what they can do about stopping this Rift Herald. Has been started up here by Pyoshik, not exactly full commit as the Kennel does come down. Pyoshik getting down low, the flash out from Croco will be respecting it, but now looking for the re-engage as the Nature's Grasp comes down. It does manage to find Quantum, who only has to really deal with a Slurkle as a result. And now Dudu making his way in. DNF committing to this fight, but Dudu off to the side, does charge the Q, but doesn't get the knock up onto Closer, is now Hype doing so much work. As Quantum down to 50%, Morgan dives in and will be able to stun up the Rel. Hook connects onto Pyoshik, Emperor's Divide is decent as Morgan will be going down, but it's a double for Closer on the back end of the fight, and Hype is still there, laying down the damage. Closer looking for even more, but I think he'll have to go back to that soul pretty soon. And Dudu will survive, but still a massive win for the Bros once again.
There's great execution, and Closer finding a fantastic angle. This is definitely the redemption he needed for that on that Yone.
Exactly right. That 3-man ulti just magnificent out of this guy, and I think
definitely not a fantastic feeling.
No, I think that this one isn't, you know, worth losing the game over. And that's 2 items on Croco as well, and he did not stop building damage.
Yeah.
As Morgan also, he's hit too, as the Spirit Surgeon does come in. Hook gonna go wide here from Polo. Kind of crazy that the hitbox didn't quite work out there, as somehow it's a double snare from the Nature's Grasp. Polo gonna have to flash away because that one is not really what he wanted. Hype able to dash out of the Scion ulti.
Okay, I mean, this was pretty good. They managed to get some summoners, they managed to get a kill. They get the TP from Morgan as well.
Ult down on Hype as well. So for the next little while, that is something they're not going to have to worry about quite as much. Still doing a fair bit of damage. Went Phantom Dancer, actually. Not the Runans like I was expecting.
Oh, nice pillar.
Yep. Beautiful stop on the Rift Herald. And now DNF 5 strong here in the mid lane as Polu looking for a bit of a hook angle, finds a minion. That's not exactly what he wants as the Nature's Grasp comes down. Bulldog just out of position as Morgan is chasing after him, doesn't find the dice as there is the hook combo out from Polu onto Pioshik as the exhaust does come through. Dudu the first one to fall, and the front line is now missing for DNF. The Bros, I think they got what they wanted as they now look to push out the mid lane.
Bro have control over the area. DNF are TPing Dudu in to try and contest.
Yep, Quantum looking for a bit of an angle here. As you can see, it's slightly split for the Bros. Once again, a flank angle for Morgan, but it is going to get watched out for as there's the exhaust onto Closer. Not really a full commit here as Dudu just taking a lot of free damage for the moment. Another double knockup from the Q, and the instant ulti from Closer just says good night. The interrupt! This guy's Yone today is just something else as Hype is looking to keep them at bay. That is soul point for the Bros. And let's have a look at it from Closer's perspective yet again. The double knock-up, the ulti, instant just death of the front line. And then, like, this did not need to happen, but it was so beautifully done.
He's on form right now today. They'll get the Dragon, they'll get the Baron, they'll get the Arakan. And it's looking like they're gonna get the game one as well. Yeah, 7-0-2 right now on the Shone.
Hype getting to work on this one. They've got so much damage when they do decide to go in here. They don't want Pioshik with any chance of making this happen, and he doesn't. They just burst it down. The ulti from Closer, but it's mitigated by that Zhonya's. But that Arcane Smash was so good. Arcaroon comes down as well. Now it's Hype's time to shine. Gets on top, but actually Berserker shuts down the Yunara just for a couple of seconds before Closer says, no, this is the decade of Closer, and I am sorry, but you are not winning this team fight. Yeah,
just keep
not
running,
getting out of this one either.
Keep running, bro.
Yeah,
don't stop. Don't stop.
It is some defecting time here for the Trundle, who decides to sit in
You're not going to be able to make it. No, just keep running.
Well, he might actually...
No.
He's not going to. But still, I mean, he hasn't been touched by the Maokai yet. So that is going to be an execute. They also have Infernal Soul, as you mentioned before. That was going to be problematic, and that is going to continue to be so. As the Baron has spawned and now it's dead. 0-0-12 Maokai. As Closer not too worried about Sion and Pioshik.
The reason I don't think the saplings will matter much is because you have to leave your base to walk in brushes. And I don't think that's happening.
Dudu, I don't think he's getting out of this one either. The Unstoppable Onslaught is feeling a bit stoppable here. Is the ulti going to collect two of them? Immediate snapback there from Closer, though, who did not want to use up that GA just yet. And the Sion does go down. Nothing Dudu can really do here, unfortunately, even though he is Dudu.
There'd be redemption for that debt they paid, right?
Now's the time, DNF. Make it happen. As the Nature is grasping, and I'm grasping at straws as far as trying to explain that there is a way out here for DNF. It's looking real rough as down this one goes. There's the flash hook out Apollo as well as Pioshik nowhere to go, and he will just be wiped out. Hype doing so much damage in this fight. This Lurk connects, and the answer is immediate there from Closer. And look at these autos from Hype. He is untouched. Empress Divide, though, will be able to find him down to the GA. Is this Yunara? But that is a zombie Scion that's just going to get wiped out. The knock-up onto Berserker as well as he is relegated to the fountain. No comeback this time as the Bros put DNF down here in game one. Looking at this damage graph, good old Yunara just doing a lot of work, but the graph itself is just up and to the right. It's just pretty clean here from the Bros, like you mentioned. It's actually a pretty good round out of this draft, and the Gwen will be locked away. Made it all the way through. Not exactly the most fun matchup, especially into Blue Side Rumble. So Morgan going to have his work cut out for him.
And I feel like DM Freaks kind of held their nerve and kind of were like, okay, well, yes, you can flex the Aurora, but we don't think you're going to, and they didn't. And now it's a matchup that Dudu's pretty fine with into the Gwen. The Aurora in the mid lane, I think you're fine with having the Wukong Annie. Honestly, I think Wukong Annie higher prior right now in the LCK.
Yep.
The bot lane matchup, Lucian Braum into Corki. Alistair's a good early matchup, so I think DM Freaks, all things considered, they kind of held their nerve. They picked champions that are, you know, they're comfortable with, and despite this flex looming over, it didn't really come to fruition. So I think DNF pretty happy with how things panned out overall.
So is that going to be what rings true here in our second match, or is it a 3-gamer? I hope it is.
Especially we saw nerfs to Corki in the early game He got a little boost in terms of his ratios and his ult and his Q, but his early Q damage.
And I think this mid lane is going to be a pretty important place as Pioshik making his way in already at level 3. The flash out from closer, but the follow is going to be there. The flash forward, and there is the first blood going over to Bulldog. Right as I was saying that this was going to be a point of power for the bros.
Morgan's not getting the protection. He's on his own.
Yep, he's going to have to try and be a Gwen is immune type situation here, but it is getting real rough. There is the concussive blows, and Life comfortably tanks up that turret. A beautiful dive, and they'll be rewarded with plates as well. And Berserker picking up that kill, going to be huge here for DNF. Headbutt Pulv is going to connect on to Dudu, but he is just going to take a little bit of damage, otherwise be absolutely fine. And the answers here for the bros just aren't...
Oh no.
Why Morgan, why are we doing this? The exhaust does come on through, but he's just dead again. Yeah, I don't know. There's a nice little headbutt, and they will be able to answer. No, never mind. Dudu is just going to keep himself alive, and he holds the wave away from the turret at the same time. Oh dear. This has not gone very well for the bros.
Oh, the slow!
Hype is just going to pick it up with a fast bomb. I actually thought that maybe it was just going to be all over, but that is going to be a plate going over to at least Closer in that mid lane. But Pioshik will be taking down this dragon. Closer is going to be rotating over.
I don't think he can contest this, you know. Dudu still has TP.
Yep.
Morgan doesn't. Morgan has no way to stop Dudu's TP as well.
Hype and Polo are holding the wave as well, so there is no way.
And there's just no way to contest this, so...
Basically said hi to Croco without seeing him, and then just continued to the wave. Pretty cute. Let's see whether they can actually make this dive work. Of course, there is no ulti for Dudu. Double teleports coming in as Closer is down here as well. They're going to see whether they can take out Dudu before that teleport completes, and they will be able to do so as Closer goes between the worlds, but it's a double teleport. The double Pulv is also fantastic, but under the turret they go as there's the snip from Morgan to lock down another kill. The Aurora will be going down, but it's a trade up for the bros. At least they can hold on to that. But feats of strength haven't quite been confirmed just yet. Just one objective or turret, and they will be able to lock that one down. As Pioshik is in position, there is Earth, Wind, and Fire confirmed. That's fantastic. Polo going to be moving over as Morgan with the needlework, looking to try and take down some Tibbers. As Polu is in a bit of trouble. He does have the Unbreakable Will, but it's not going to last forever, and it's only level 1. There's the Cyclone, and the immediate double kill does come in. Closer, can he make it happen? The answer is no, because he's exhausted, and that's just 3 on the floor for the bros. DNF pull it right back. So last time around, certainly a few more stakes in it, as DNF weren't actually defeated. As okay, there's the Vault Breaker flash. As Bulldog just going to be executed. They'll take Tivers as well for a bit of 50 gold on top. And that's a kill going over to Morgan there at the same time. So nice little pick back. Yeah, bro just going to set up the teleport and equalizer just to deal with the wave. Dudu knows that he's dead. Not even going to use the flash or anything like that. Morgan comes down. Pioshik going to be answering this with feats of strength. Actually going to be completed earlier with that turret falling down in the mid lane. It's a big investment from the bros.
Being a flex, being able to potentially answer the Rumble. Even though it wasn't a lane matchup, Closer's now laning into Dudu, and Dudu is not having a fun time.
Oh, Rift Herald. They're going to get the entire outer ring of turrets very comfortably here. DNF keeping up the tempo nicely. As Life in position, just to be frustrating. And the bros just want to catch Shelly as she's making her way through, deny that extra charge. That will actually come on down. Yeah. As, all right, there's a fight. Cease and desist comes on through, and Croco tanks up the turret for about a year and is very happy to do so.
Again, keeping the gold lead close. I mean, compared to game 1 where it's that constant flow upwards, this is going to be a very jerky gold grab.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Like,
yeah, I will say though, part of it is because Dudu is really starved. So like, if we compare...
Yeah, it doesn't have a massive amount of money, but has way more than Dudu, as he's dead again. The exhaust goes down. Morgan able to dash away from that last turret. Oh, Bulldog comes in and just says goodbye. And down goes the Gwen. Another stun is going to connect here onto Croco as well, as the Vault Breaker is blocked gorgeously here by Bulldog. As Croco not even going to be allowed to flash away. Pioshik says goodnight, and that's a 1 for 2. Dudu without getting stunned up by an Annie or anything like that. Pioshik looking for an angle towards Croco here, as Closer could also be in trouble. Tries to go between the worlds, but he's just stunned up. And that is a dead Aurora before she can do anything at all. Does do a bit of AoE damage, I guess, but here it's Otacon time for DNF. Hype off to the side, kind of awkward position here for this Corki as he's looking to chase down Bulldog. Does do a lot of damage, but there is the response. And he was just alone. The rest of the team had already backed away.
Let's just kill him. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, let's just kill the Otacon now.
It is now just in DNF's favor as Closer go between the worlds here, and does just put himself in a very uncomfortable spot.
Yeah.
I'm going to say unforced error on that one as Dudu wants to get the kill. Pyosik is going to deny it.
They find Bulldog. This could be a pick.
Could be an opportunity as Tibbs is going to give away the position. It's a pretty optimistic Baron start as the culling comes through. That's a massive pulverize as Hype trying to keep himself alive. He's not going to be successful, but it is Berserker going down as well. And unfortunately, these wallets be heavy.
DNF healthy enough to slowly take this one. And yeah, Bulldog is playing bouncer, so it's going to be Baron secured here.
Yep, very nicely done.
Oh, and a pretty... Oh, no Croco.
Yeah, there's a bear, and he's dead. Bulldog going to be able to lock that one down.
I think you just send this, start a fight.
They're going to look for it. Between Worlds available again here for Closer, but the inhibitor is just going to be dead, and Berserker just culls Closer. And he is out of here.
Yeah, sooner rather than later.
Yeah, we're going to have to go for some sort of something, but Polu's just dead. And the bros, they're like, no, this is not the time.
Probably at some point before your Nexus dies. Generally is a good time to fight. Any time before your Nexus dies.
That would be a good option. Let's see whether they can make that one happen as Morgan goes golden. First Nexus turret is looking to go down though as Between Worlds is actually employed. Bulldog down pretty low, but unfortunately it's not low enough as the pros just gonna get incinerated by this support Rumble. He picks up a double kill. Redemption for Dudu as the Nexus goes down and DNF on the Aurora. Started beautifully, honestly, by Pyosik. That level 3 gank really set the tone for this whole game.
Yeah.
And the bros just couldn't find the front foot.
Front to back.
That's Hecarim.
That is Hecarim.
His E cooldown was actually lowered by a decent margin.
Wait, on this
4
patch?
seconds. Yeah.
Oh.
Haven't seen Hecarim in a while. Looking forward to seeing how it goes for Pyosik here as we dive into the Rift for Game 3.
And just a menace who can't be stopped. And then we've seen in the games where he just gets one shot. So obviously Pyosik hoping for the former.
Q Deadly Flourish is good. All right, bros. We're in a little bit of trouble as Pyosik already cantering in there. Does get the pushback onto Hype, who goes down exceedingly low as Polu trying to keep Bulldog in position, but the turtle port from Closer just takes a billion years to get him there. Croco is driving in, looking to try and lock down Dudu here. Will be able to throw a rock at him. He goes all out and does flash away.
Okay.
These tangle barbs.
Yep. Oh, Pyosik looking.
Yeah. As Closer just going to flash away. Doesn't want anything to do with this horse right now. As Croco going to be able to take one of these grubs. There is Pyosik going in, but the gravity field was pretty good. Immediate use of the Impale onto Pyosik, but the answering damage is going to be there from DNF as Hype. Not really doing too much. Does have a 4th bullet. Doesn't really do much with it. And then crash into the wall there, but unfortunately is going to die midair.
I mean, I feel like, but if they win it, you know, they would be 3 series ahead of DRX when there's really just not that many series left, so.
Hasn't been hit by too much. As Polu comes on over, oh dear, taking the rise for a walk, gets the flash out.
Yeah, you can see Judy stepped up to get the plate, and then Morgan was trying to find an angle. Oh.
Oh dear, the Rune Prison does come on through, and actually Pyosik able to avoid Croco Pop Blossom, and down goes the victor. Life is actually just the savior of DNF today. They do manage to take this Rift Herald. Now, it looks like it's not going to be contested as Polo is moving in. Hype finds Berserker, or does Berserker find Hype? As that is so much damage. Croco just moving in. It is going to be a smite fight, and it's won here by the Scorpion, who just walks over, picks up the eye. I don't think he's making it out, but at least manages to steal away the objectives. There's at least that. As Deadly Flourish here from Hype is going to be able to continue clearing out the way. Highway robbery.
Outsoul with Hecarim?
Oh dear, Bulldog could be in a little bit of trouble as Croco pushes him over. Life is in trouble, but he finds the Pop Blossom angle only onto one, but it's the most important one. The flashback does come on through, and Berserker turns up in the nick of time. Croco looks for the angle there as Pyosik kills the turret before it gets to take him down, and DNF, they can do no wrong in this game. Well, Realm Warp going to come on through there as the Void Seeker is going to connect. Bulldog just going to be turning up by himself, but that will guarantee this outer turret. Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot of anyone being able to see anything at all.
There's a good chance we don't get... The game might end before the Cloud Soul. And I personally, I don't know about you.
There's that Rift Herald that they sacrificed Croco for.
Let's see if it gets the value they were hoping for. Yeah?
It won't.
Yeah,
Well, it is instead transformed into 25 gold for Pioshik.
Yeah.
Because it let Bro get in position for this Drake.
No.
Ah.
If you look, Croco's actually clearing his camp, so it's zoned DNF away.
Look at this.
Oh, the Realm Warp.
Huge tempo play.
Oh.
And there are no Bros to speak of. There is 2 teleports available, but they are just going to lose this inner turret. Baron is still going down. There's the flash forward, the Impale, just to try and pick up Bulldog, but he flashes away. The Pop Blossom picks up 2, but they've taken down the Rise already. Morgan still looking for a bit of an angle here as Pioshik looking to run his way out. Dudu going to get taken for a walk here as he is snared up. There's a nice double knockback, and the Dusante is popping off. He takes down the Victor, and now he's looking for more. Morgan's ult just goes nowhere, but he's still able to do the damage. Never mind. It's Berserker that locks him down in the end, and Polu is the product of a potential quadra kill, but it doesn't actually come through as Pioshik locks that one up for the ace, and DN Freaks not going to be routed this time.
The cleanup comes through. The Baron base successful. We denied the Cloud Soul hacker him, but I don't think DNF care. The 3rd series win gonna come through. I think
this, yeah? Go back. The Drake's up. The Drake's up, guys. It's time for super fast Hecarim. We need it. Never mind. We're not going to get it. The Nexus turrets are going to go down. There are 6 seconds on Croco and Closer, but they are just going to be spectators as this Nexus goes down, and the DN Freaks pick up another one. Doesn't happen. This guy gets on the horse and makes things happen. Rapid Star pretty happy.
Had a great performance on it. The Wukong as well.
Yeah.
Was really impactful on that. I think Life too.
Yeah. I mean, wait, does Berserker just get it for the boom boom?
Just because a POM is in a certain direction and you win the same as that, what the overall POM winner is, that doesn't mean you're wrong.
That is true.
Okay, so
that just means that a lot of people were wrong.
No, but I mean, there can be 2 good options, and then even if the other one wins, that doesn't mean that your vote was wrong.
Oh.
But on some days, there is a wrong vote.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think both Pioshik and Life are correct votes.
And it's going to be Pioshik, the man on the horse, is going to lock it in, and a 9-1-9 Wukong performance is,
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jason for the POM interview translation, joined by Pioshik on the side of DN Freaks. Congratulations on the win, Pioshik. Thank you very much. First POM of the season. How do you feel right now? Today, well, it was a bummer that we dropped the first game, but I think we prepped the draft for game 2 and 3 really well, and I think our practice kind of showed in the gameplay as well. I'm very happy with the outcome. I have to mention this. Last time in the round 3 of the LCK regular split, there was a huge comeback victory by Bro when you guys were so close to winning. What kind of mindset did you bring today? Let's not lose when we are having a great lead. That was the motto today for sure. And then I think it actually came true today. I'm so happy. After losing the first game, Life subbed in. I think DNF gained a lot of confidence when it comes to playmaking with Life in the roster. What kind of feedback happened after the first game? Ever since round 3, with Odin also joining the coaching staff, on the game days, we should not pay too much time on the feedback, In-game play feedback isn't necessary. We have to focus on the next game, the direction, the drafting. I think that was the main focus. And then in that game too, you went for a level 3 gank on the mid lane as Wukong, and I think that started off the snowball really effectively. In the Annie Aurora matchup, well, I knew that moment Bulldog gets his kill, it would be such an easy laning phase for him, so I saw the angle, And then the follow-up from Bulldog was so on point as well. And then in game 3, you locked in Hecarim after 1,132 days. Was that something you guys prepared? I feel like I played it Hecarim when the opponent mid-jungle duo doesn't have any mobility, no dashes. That was something that I was aiming for back in Worlds Finals. And then today, I was able to bring back that memory, and I was like, this is actually a really good Hecarim angle. And that experience really worked well. So it did turn out great in game, right? Yeah, I think everything went very smoothly today because if Hecarim kind of drops the ball in the middle, he can't really make a comeback. But today, everything went pretty good, so I was able to scale well as the Hecarim. Well, game 3, yeah, for sure. It was very smooth sailing for DNF. I mean, it was a very dominant success from DNF, starting to winning early and closing out the game very easily. Odin gave me an advice, and he said he trusts me no matter what, and I think that really helped me. In order to have DNF succeed, you have to do well. That was the advice from Odin. He was just telling me to trust my own decision making, and I think that was the key to make things start to click for our team. With this victory, DNF was able to deliver a lot of happiness to the fans in the audience. We have a very packed Low Park today as it's a national holiday. Any message to the DN Freaks fans? I'm very grateful to see still so many teams supporting us, although we cannot make it to the playoffs no more, but we will still give our all until the very end of the LCK split. Please give it up one more time for Pyosik, and we will keep on supporting you as well. And that will be the end of the Pyosik interview from DN Freaks, and back to the space. Thank you.